And Taurus, you have a beautiful way of being really bluntly truthful, and that's your beauty and your curse all in the same thing, because people can be like, really? Like, it's a lot of truth. It's beautiful, but really pay attention to that sword, that way in which you do it. Hello Taurus, and welcome to your weekly zodiac reading. My name is Jessica. Let's get right to it and see what energies are coming through for you. This will be your overall energy for the week and what messages right there. So we've got 9 of Hearts, fulfillment, harmony, and protection. So I'm definitely hearing that. You guys are, this new moon has ignited, I believe, your house of love, passion, and relationships. So you're kind of, you've got some clearing to do as far as what you want to focus on in those areas of your life. We've got for your higher self or future self, it's the trickster, deceit, betrayal, and guile. So maybe there might be something going on in your life that you are not looking at or not wanting to see. All right, and we've got healing the heart, power of self-love, and this is from your guides, your angels, your devils, your anything around God, goddesses that are supporting you energetically in this beautiful journey. And then last but not least, we're gonna do what action you should take or non-action. Sometimes the message is to stay still. So we're gonna see what action you should take this week. Be true to you. Okay, beautiful. So let's go ahead and see what Tarot has to say about your overall energy of the 9 of Hearts, that one. So 8 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. Nope, too many. I am feeling this top one. Devil, that's why. Especially with the trickster here. Something's going on. Got the Emperor. 6 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, and 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Guys, what messages do you have for Taurus this week? Moon, bottom, Ace of Pentacles, woo, right there, 7 of Cups, and action. What action? 2 of Cups, it's definitely a love reading, Knight of Swords, and 5 of Cups. Okay. All right. So Taurus, I'm really feeling that with this 8 of Swords, some of you are feeling a little bit isolated and alone in something. And it could be love, it could be in a partnership as well, or a broken heart. So this is kind of, I'm feeling there's several energies coming through here. So I'm gonna try and navigate them as clearly as I can. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest, and of course check out your rising and your moon sign for a clearer picture on your energies. So as far as feeling out in the cold, isolated, a little bit of defeat, you feel like you can't see certain things, I'm really feeling that you get to tap into with this fulfillment card, with this 9 of Hearts. This is something that 9s are almost it's like keep going, just keep going. You're almost at a completion of a cycle, and so sometimes some things must end in order for new beginnings, for that 10 to take place, or that 1. And so right now you might be just feeling in a little bit that non-momentum. She's got her toes in the water, so tap into your emotions and how you feel is what I'm hearing. And with that, there might be just some energy of, well, so there's a Six of Pentacles. So this is a very giving and nurturing. So what I'm hearing from this is to be very giving and nurturing to yourself. And perhaps not be so inwardly focused on your own problems, but perhaps maybe even go into the gesture of assisting someone else. Sometimes that helps us move past energies that when we feel stuck, when we feel isolated and alone, go be in service to someone else. And so it doesn't necessarily have to mean by giving of money. It could, but it could also be helping someone move. I'm hearing that a lot for some reason. Somebody of you may know of somebody that deserves some moving assistance, or I don't know, an elderly person with housekeeping or something like that. Just being in service could assist you with this energy of really feeling heavy. And when we do that, there's definitely the devil energy going on here. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, or you have Capricorn in your chart, or go look at the Capricorn reading, of the energies of feeling really stuck or toxic. Some of you could be in a toxic relationship right now that really is being shaken up, especially with Mercury going into shadow. This is going to have a really big effect on your relationships and communication. So anything that's lying underneath that you can't see will be coming to the forefront. You see a lot of tower moments with Mercury in retrograde, and that's a good thing. You didn't get the tower here, but I am definitely seeing it over here in the moon. There are two towers there. I'll show you that right here, even though I'm jumping ahead a little bit. There's the potential for that, okay? So you have the ability to, tower moments are usually when we fail to make action of removing ourselves from a situation that we should be moving ourselves. The universe steps in and shakes it all up, and it's shaking the sugar tree, right? And it does it for us. So tower moments, they feel very out of control. They feel not our choice. They are the universe stepping in. And so a lot of times tower moments can not happen because we take charge of them, or we sever the relationship, we move on, or we stand our ground, we create boundaries. And so with your higher or future self, with the trickster, deceit, betrayal, and guile, I'm hearing with this that it's time for you to be the emperor. It's time for you to really look at what's working in your life and make some clear choices. There's the Six of Wands, where when you do that, you take on your life. You get on your horse and you go, this is what I'm creating. This is the recognition that I'm receiving at this time. I'm an intuitive reader, so sometimes they're not always too exact of the meaning of the card, but I am feeling that with this energy, it is you just going, no, this is what I'm doing. This is the boundaries that I'm making. This is what's working in my life, and this is what I'm taking action on. And by doing that, you're really going to have this Nine of Pentacles energy, which I really love, because it is you looking and saying, this is what I've created. And it's through communication, it's through hard work, but this is, I have created success around me. And this is a 9. So you are about to, well, and it's about to create that. It's about everything that you want coming forward. And sometimes what has to happen is freeing ourselves of what's not working, right? So it's these two energies. It's the 9 of hearts. You've got the 19 for the trickster. You got a lot of 9s here. You're right about at the end of a cycle of something that it's going to go away. And so if that's a way of being or a relationship, that's what gets to happen. And that's where Mercury in the retrograde really does. Like I've said, like it's the thing that says, okay, this direction isn't moving. It's time to move in a different direction. And these two cards right here, We've got the Five of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. And what I love about the Five of Wands, this has come up in so many readings lately, is it's learning how to fight. There's lots of stuff going on here. They're using wands. It's the Indiana Jones card is what one reader says, which I really love. And he says that because they don't know how to fight, and they're not really hurting each other, but they kind of are, and they're learning how to fight. And that's something that we all must do in every relationship. I feel like that's a really universal message for the world anymore these days, is learning how to fight, because we all fight in every relationship we have. It's strategy of learning how to teach people how to love us and to be in relationships with us, and vice versa. How we learn to be in relationship with someone else is, and to love them, for them to hear our love, is for them to speak up and say, this doesn't work for me, and communicating that. And with the Mercury being the planet of communication, and then Mars being in Gemini, I mean, it is all about communication right now. And so it's getting really clear. It's getting really out of this mentality, because when we really get upon our steed and we go with clear intention of what we're creating and what we want, we get out of this, it's victim mentality. It's, I'm out in the cold, there's no one here to help, even though the lights are on. There is. It's getting out of this energy that just doesn't work. And it's sad. It is, but it's something that we also choose. It's no different than the devil energy. You know, when in tarot, it is real. It's when we realize that this is the illusion, that we're chained, the illusion that we're in hell. It's the illusion that we are victims of our life. And really, when we break out of that mentality and know that this is the energy that we're in, this is how we create a masterful, beautiful life that we want to create. Now, does it mean that we don't have those moments of this? No, we're going to, with every person we love. Like, that is just part of life, is we have arguments and disagreements, and that's the beauty of life, is that we get to learn things from other people and different ways of being, and we may not agree, and there's no right and wrong. There's just what we choose to agree with. And so I love this because we have the power. And when you go into your guides here, the healing the heart, power of self-love, it just goes right along with this, is that we have our power when we choose ourselves, when we choose self-love. And if there's something in your life this week that you feel blinded about, it's going to come to light. Right now, you've got the moon here. The moon here in those towers are there, so keep that in mind. It's time to love yourself enough to walk away from things that are not the reflection of love, and stand in your own victory of that, because that's a victory. When we stand for ourselves in love, then we are able to be the emperors of our life, to move forward. And I'm getting that a lot, that it's all about really having that self-reflection, because remember, we can only love someone to the degree we love ourselves. And with all of this, even though there's some relationships that are going to be ending, you guys already know who you are. You feel it, you already know it. This is the illusion that you just may not be wanting to look at it. And then there's others that are moving in a part of the relationship that there must be an old way of being that doesn't work anymore, and it's time to grow up. It's time to educate yourself so that you can be the love that you are and that you have to offer someone else. And when you do that, when you show up in self-love, then you get the offerings of it back, and you get the tangibility of that, because we have to show up in the energy in order to receive the energy first. It has to be that first. And so this is about your dreams. It's about your wishes. It's about the things that you really want. And if you put them into the vortex, as Abraham Hicks calls it, it's already there. Now it's time to align with it. And when you align with it, you are also being true to yourself. When you stand up for yourself, when you are your authentic self, you are be true to you. When we don't have a voice in a relationship, or we don't speak up into our truth and our authenticity, then it's self-betrayal. And self-betrayal it's sad. It's the most, if there was such a thing as sin, that's it. Is self-sin, is self-betrayal, is not being authentically yourself. And the world deserves your authenticity, your uniqueness. And you, Taurus, are so bold, and the ability to stand in that power is so good. And when we do all the work of this, then there's the Lovers. We have a full cup to offer someone else, and we get a full cup in return. And we can go forward with that communication. This is, I'm feeling to be also a little bit of a warning card as well, because this can get really hung up on being too aggressive in our communication. And Taurus, you have a beautiful way of being really bluntly truthful, and that's your beauty and your curse all in the same thing, because people can be like, really? Like, it's a lot of truth. It's beautiful, but really pay attention to that sword, that way in which you do it. This horse is very taxed. It's very upset. It's very stressed. And so if we don't watch how we communicate things and soften them, then we can bulldoze right over everyone we love. And they won't receive the message, because they all instinctively put up a wall, so that, because it's too much. And so I'm really seeing that with this is the softness of the butterfly. And what I'm hearing is it's just a personal thing, but I have a tattoo with a dragon on it, and on its nose is a butterfly. And it inspired me because I am the year of the dragon, and I can definitely be that dragon, and I feel like that's a very much bull Taurus energy as well. And I can just bulldoze over things to give my message, to be authentically me, and then completely miss the butterfly moments of being able to be still enough and receptive enough and soft enough to so that I can deliver a message without receiving their walls. And if I do that, if I'm not soft enough, then I miss those moments. And so I feel like that this is kind of the same thing, that if you just show up as a bull, be a bull with a butterfly on its nose. And so you don't miss those beautiful things, those beautiful moments of softness, because you can bulldoze through anything. You are so powerful, you are so strong. And so we can miss those moments if we do that. So no bulls in China shops, right? So 5 of Cups is down here. It's really, once again, looking at what you do have and what isn't working. Those cups that are down, it's about going, okay, those aren't for me, and that's okay. And going into gratitude. Gratitude is so big on seeing what you have and what you're creating, even if it's not well lit, even if you feel like you can't see it yet. Feel it. Align with the energy of it first. I love this, Taurus. It's beautiful energy. Your love relationships are really going to have a magnifying glass on it. A lot of people are. This is going to be a really big next several weeks. So stay strong, stay soft, and be true to you. Thanks so much, Taurus. Make sure to check out your rising and your moon for the full scope and picture of everything. I'll see you next time. Bye.